Okay, so first thing I do is pull that off. We'll pour our oil cap off. And we'll have to top off the windshield washer fluid. The coolant looks good. You know, this vehicle has like 250,000 miles on it now. But I normally change the oil around 50% usage. Just to keep her going. For now. So now we'll go down below and drain the oil. Alright, so this is either a 13 or a 15. I can't remember. Looks like it's a 13. There we go. Got our cheap little Harvey Freight ratchet on here. Loosen that. And get ready to let her drain. And yeah, she leaks a little bit. She got some leaking valve covers and other stuff. She leaks maybe a half a quart in between my changes. So, I'm fine with that. I'll let her leak. Now I have to get a towel and dry off my dirty hand. My dirty glove hands. We'll go ahead and put this back in. Yeah, you can let it drain longer. I typically don't. As long as the vast majority of it's out of there, it's fine. Tighten that. Now just give it a good oomph. I don't like over tighten things. I run into so many vehicles that have been to Walmart oil change and like they used an impact wrench. So now my oil filter is right up there. So let me see if I can set you guys up where you can see me get that sucker out. I'm gonna go up in there after it. Okay. Let me just take our oil filter wrench. And then we'll have to let this drain. And she's gonna, oh, she's hitting the phone. Hang on. All right, let me go clean off the phone. Okay, now I'm just gonna reach up in here, finish taking this old oil filter out. We're gonna leak some more oil. Oh, there we go. Put that one down in there. And we'll get the new oil filter out of the box. Take this plasticky stuff off of it. Put it up in there. And no, I don't refill my oil filters. Get her screw on there. Normally you just want to hand tighten these, but my hands are very oily, so I'm just going to snuggle her up with the oil filter wrench. Okay. There we go. Okay. And now I'm just going to spray this off with some brake clean. Oh. I'll spray all this off with some brake clean. Oh, I'm taking the camera. Hang on. Let me Let me move the camera. I'm gonna have to move the camera. The brake clean's hitting my phone. That's good enough. That got most of it. I'm running out of brake clean. Just get most of that oil off of there. And now we're all set. We got our oil filter in, our oil plugs in. Okay, so let me move this a little. There we go. I think you can see. So now I'm just gonna push my oil dipstick down. I just lift up that oil dipstick so I don't forget to put oil in it. I can't close the hood and, you know, drive it away without oil in it, and you'll see it sticking up when you get in the car to turn the key on. So I used a little bit of oil out of this container already, and I forgot to take my lid off of the bottom of my oil filter, darn it, or my oil funnel. So I'll have to take that off and be careful not to drop it down in the engine. Oh shit. Oh shit. Well, that was a mess. That was a complete fail. I'm gonna need more brake clean and more oil. Okay. Luckily, I dropped the lid down there, but I was able to get it out with my finger. I should have just poured that into a bowl or something, then taken the lid off. Alright, let me go get another can of brake clean and clean up this mess. Oh boy. Luckily, I left the oil pan there. Most of it hit that, I think. Alright. Brake clean's getting a little low. Let me see if I got a brand new can. This is my last new can. It's time to go over to FrugalPrepper. Alright. So now I guess I'm going to have to check the oil and see how far away I am. I'll have to check it again when it's on a level service. Most of the time this reads just a little bit low when it's on an incline like this. It's not too far off. I'll probably add one more quart or so. This isn't full. I'll add this. This is about 3/4 of a quart. We'll add that to it. And that right now it's going to read a little higher because it hasn't filled up the oil filter yet. I'm going to have to go to Rural King and spend a bunch more money on oil and brake clean. Okay, let me clean this mess up. I normally just keep this lid on the bottom of my funnel so it doesn't drip in my tool cart. Okay. Let me get these put away. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and start it, reset the oil meter, and then we'll check the oil one more time. All right, I need to spray some more brake clean on this probably. Oh boy. I know my air filter is good. I'm not going to take that out right now. I replaced it last time. It's good for a couple of years after I replace it. So that's fine. I don't want to get down in there and take that all out. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But everything else looks pretty good here. And we'll go ahead and check this oil one more time. I'll keep me a shop towel over here, checking oil. It looks good. Let's check her out again. And she's just a tad below that top dot, but she's parked on a hill and it measures it from the front of the pan. So as soon as I get it on a flat level surface and get it off of these ramps, it'll be okay. Let me get a little more brake clean and just spray this down again. Can't believe I did that. All right, that's good enough. All right, folks, so oil changes are getting expensive. A lot of garages are just using these oil changes to make money. It's something they can do. I've seen them as high as $134 for an oil change with synthetic oil. So that's crazy. That's crazy amounts of money. You can buy that 5-quart jug of synthetic Rural King brand oil that's Dexos approved. And it's like 17 or 18 bucks for a 5-quart jug. The conventional is like $12, I think, for a 5-quart jug. It keeps going up over the years, so buy some extra if you can. You can get the oil filters. Typically, they're like $2 or $3 for the Rural King brand of oil filter. So, you know, and they seem to work fine. You can buy a genuine factory oil filter. I do for my wife's car. I use a genuine AC Delco. But for my car, I use the cheap old Rural King ones because my car costs $200. I think her car was like, I forget. It was a better part of $15,000 or $16,000. We bought it used. So I just like to take a little better care of hers because it's worth more. You can get an oil drain pan, or you can just get a large cat litter container like this, cut it off, cut this part out and use this as your drain pan for your oil changes. If you don't have cats, just get in touch with somebody that does. They'll have plenty of these. This is a smaller one. You can fill these up with the used oil, then take them back to your Advanced Auto Parts or your Auto Zones and just recycle them. They take used motor oil. So you can do that. If you know somebody with the waste oil furnace like I do, they're happy to get it. So I take mine there. And you can change your own oil pretty cheap. You can get like a little pair of pliers like this for a few dollars. These are oil filter pliers. You can buy an oil filter wrench. They're available on Amazon or whatever. I think these came from Rural King and this came from Amazon. And just get the other little tools you need. Like I needed that 24 millimeter socket. You could do that with a crescent wrench too and get down in there. It's just easier with the socket. But you can save yourself a lot of money and spend $20 on changing your oil. And it takes 10 minutes. And you can also fill out, you can get those things, so windshield washer fluid for a couple bucks at the Rural King, fill that up. You can just do all your own fluids. You can buy, I use the last of the AC Delco brand that I have on the coolant, but you can buy the Shell Dex Cool and a concentrate for like 10 bucks a jug, and then just mix it 50-50 with water, and you're set. You really want to mix it with filtered water, or you know, some of that, like I don't know, deionized water or whatever, like they sell at Walmart for 82 cents, right? I don't. I just mix it with my tap water, but we have really clean, good tap water because we're in the city of Springfield. So we have really nice springs. They bottle our water and send it all over the world. So I just use my regular water. But if you have dirtier tap water, you'll probably want to use filtered water. And you can mix those, or you can buy them pre-mixed 50-50 for like, I think it's $12 or $13. So that's good stuff. Or, you know, get whatever coolant your car needs. Hondas take a special one. I generally don't use universal coolants unless a car's already had some universal or some green put in it and it no longer has its coolant. You know, Mopar has an orange and a purple coolant. You know, I generally use, especially on newer cars, OEM factory coolants, right? Unless it's already been changed. I've never noticed a problem running a green coolant in a car, but I usually just stick with the factory stuff unless it's already been contaminated with some of the universal stuff that AutoZone sells. But that's how I do it. I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, your Frugal Prepper.